Won the toss, they deferred. Kansas State will receive the dangerous Tyler Lockett back deep for the Cats. Patrick O'Hara, the kickoff specialist, sends it away. And this unreturnable. And because of the new rules in college football, Kansas State will start from the 25. That brings us to this evening's Taco Bell Impact Players.
Colin Klein, the quarterback, no player more valuable to his team in the country than he is to Kansas State. Tyler Lockett in the kick return game, one of the most dangerous players in the country. And Arthur Brown, they call him the judge at linebacker. He dispenses justice with his pads.
First down at 10 of the 25. Incredible electric atmosphere in Norman. Klein, he'll run it on first down with room, and Colin Klein pushes forward and picks up 7. Corey Nelson with the tackle.
And then for Oklahoma, their impact players. Landry Jones, the quarterback, really got in shape in the offseason. He's ready to roll. Damian Williams, you heard Julie Alexandria ask Bob Stoops about him. He's been a pleasant surprise. And Tony Jefferson, the safety, their best defensive player perhaps, playing with a sore ankle this evening.
Second down and 3 at the 32. Klein shuffles with a blocker in front of him. Cuts it inside. Colin Klein all the way up to the 45-yard line. Javon Harris with the tackle, but that's a gain of 13.
And Gus, right at the top of the show, Julie Alexandria asked Bob Stoops about how is it different to prepare for Colin Klein at quarterback as opposed to a so-called conventional one. And Bob Stoops talked about the extra blockers in the quarterback run game. On the first 2 plays, we've seen that come to pass already. The lead blockers for Colin Klein clearing a path.
Last year against Oklahoma, Klein 26 carries, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. First down to the 45. Hubert, the deep man. And they give it to him over the left side with room. And Hubert stumbles forward and gets to the 44 before being tripped up by Javon Harris. But that's a 10-yard gain. So in the last 3 plays, 7 yards, 13, and now 10.
Look at this side of the line of scrimmage for Kansas State. That's Cody Whitehair, 55. Cornelius Lucas, 78. B.J. Finney, 66 to center, working a double team. And they create a nice crease for a big pickup by Hubert.
Last week, Hubert, 12 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown against North Texas. First down and 10 to the 45 out of the shotgun. Now Klein lines up in the slot. Here's an added wrinkle by Bill Snyder. Klein hands it off to Hubert again, running left this time. And Hubert to the 40. Brought down on the play, Aaron Franklin, Tony Jefferson in the vicinity, but it's a gain of 4.
What they have to be careful of is the secondary now for Oklahoma, because Tony Jefferson was very active on that play near the line of scrimmage, getting to Colin Klein. If they overcommit against the run, that's when they go play action and try and hit them deep.
Klein yet to throw a pass. 2nd and 6 at the 41, opening drive for K-State. Now Klein will throw it far side and incomplete. Chris Harper, the intended receiver, Demontre Hurst covering. Last week against North Texas, Colin Klein completed 15 of 20 passes for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. 11 carries, 85 yards, and a score as well. 3rd down and 6 for Kansas State at the OU 41. And a timeout now called by the Sooners. 12:42 to play in the first quarter. Kansas State driving but facing a big 3rd down when we come back. No score, first quarter. Oklahoma and Kansas State, these 2 teams met last year in Manhattan. Oklahoma winning it 48-17. Big game for Landry Jones, but right now, K-State faced with a 3rd down at 6 at the 41. They need to go to the 35 for a first down.
Look how they've spread him out. They've got the box count reduced. He could still run against this even on 3rd and 6.
Klein. He'll take off with running room. And Klein dives forward. He needed to get to the 35. He's at the 36. Julian Wilson with the tackle. So Bill Snyder with a decision to make, and he makes it quickly. He brings his punt unit on.
Look what they did. They got the box count reduced. Really, I counted 6. It's really more like 5. So Colin Klein felt like with the 5 blockers up front, he might have had an opportunity, but an excellent tackle in the secondary by number 2. Julian Wilson stops him short of a first down.
Brings on Ryan Dorr, the senior from Katy, Texas, averaging close to 45 yards per punt, standing at the 49. Justin Brown, the Penn State transfer, back deep, lets it go over his head, and dives inside the 10, down at the 9. A 26-yard punt. So here come the Oklahoma Sooners on offense. Landry Jones, 6'4", 218, senior from Artesia, New Mexico. Last year against Kansas State, he threw for a career high and school record 505 yards and 5 touchdowns.
And when you balance that against the fact he threw 2 interceptions the same day, and still Oklahoma wins 58-17, a monster afternoon for Landry Jones and Oklahoma offense, especially in the second half.
So OU starts on first down, empty backfield. Jones with time underneath, and it is caught at the 16 by Kenny Stills. Randall Evans wraps him up. Gain of 7.
This unit has not played as fast as in past years for Oklahoma in the first 2 games. A lot of new faces, a lot of moving pieces. I think they really wanted to be more sure about guys understanding assignments before they sped up. Now they're at the line of scrimmage, but they're still not operating at warp speed as we've seen in the past.
Dominique Whaley, the walk-on sensation last year, given a scholarship in the backfield. He broke his ankle late in the season. Coaches say he's trying to knock off the rust. They give it to him over the left side, and he's close to the first down. Needed to get to the 19. John Sua, the senior from Santa Maria, California, making the tackle.
Oklahoma had an open week last week, and they felt like that really helped them offensively. Guys trying to learn each other, all these young receivers coming together, even the tight ends, and a reshuffled offensive line. We'll see if it pays dividends as this game moves along.
First down and 10. Jones, draw play. Whaley. And Dominique Whaley gets to the 30 and picks up a first down. It must be a strange feeling for this young man because he broke his ankle in the K-State game last year.
And you can see that he's running for redemption already because Damian Williams has come out and played very well at the start. People are starting to forget that Dom Whaley was a big producer last season.
Folks, when you see Damian Williams, if you haven't seen him, he's a junior from San Diego. An injured Wildcat on the field. But this kid, Damian Williams, junior college transfer, can really play the game. Kind of reminds you of an old school back from Oklahoma, as Gerald Childs has to be helped up. Now let's join Aaron Andrews in the studio.
Win of the year.
Huge win for John Embry and the Buffaloes. I mean, I don't think you can oversell how big a win that was for that program today.
First down and 10 at the 30. Opening drive for OU. Whaley still in the backfield. Andrew Jones gives it to him over the left side. And Whaley crosses the 35, gets up close to the 38. Ty Zimmerman, the safety, with the tackle after an 8-yard gain.
Expect to see a number of backs carry the ball for Oklahoma, but if one back gets the hot hand, as Whaley has now, they'll continue to ride it.
And this is Dwyer, the freshman from Whitehorse, Texas, with the catch. Meshach Williams stops him after a gain of 4.
They're so excited about that young man, and he's put in some extra time during the open week with Landry Jones. He and Justin Brown, who transferred in from Penn State, all of them trying to get in sync before this season gets too much further down the road.
So a first down at the 42 for Oklahoma. Miller, Whaley in the backfield. And here's the handoff. And this time, plenty of running room. Roy Finch gains 11. Oklahoma quick to the line of scrimmage once again. Whaley. And Whaley to the Kansas State 43. Alan Chapman brings him down after a 5-yard gain.
I think we're seeing the effects of the open week already. A much more comfortable Oklahoma offense in the early going, able to stay on the line of scrimmage and move a little bit quicker than they did in games 1 and 2, putting the ball in play.
2nd down and 5. Whaley in motion out of the backfield. Here's a screen. Miller. And Miller caught from behind. Terrific open field tackle. Alan Chapman gets an ankle.
When it's a space game, you have to make tackles like that. If Alan Chapman does not make that play, that gain is considerable for Oklahoma. Nicely done by Chapman coming up from his corner position.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 5 now for OU at the Kansas State 42. Landry Jones looking for Stills, and he has it at the 28-yard line. Kenny Stills. That ball thrown behind him. He made a nice adjustment.
Quarterbacks will sometimes throw the ball back shoulder to stop a receiver from crossing into a defender's area, but on that play, I think he just threw it behind him. That was a crossing route with the potential to put it on Stills and continue upfield. Really nice adjustment by Stills coming back for the ball.
So 1st down at the 28. Jones, play fake. Jones across the middle, incomplete. Intended for Kenny Stills.
Talk about balance. You know, balance isn't always a 50-50 run pass. Balance really is you doing what you want on offense. Being able to throw it when you want to, being able to run it when you want to. But so far, they're right down the middle in play selection.
So this is the 10th play of the drive that started at the Oklahoma 9-yard line. They told us they weren't going to play fast. I guess they lied. 2nd and 10 at the 28 for Landry Jones. Jones all day to throw underneath. Kenny Stills, his go-to man. And Stills has it inside the 20. And a late flag on the play. Trey Walker, the outside linebacker, with the tackle.
Like the way Stills finished the catch and got upfield to get the 1st down. After he caught it, made his cut, turned right upfield.
Automatic. 1st down.
Tom Walker, your referee.
Watch at the end. Stills catches it, makes the cut, knows where the 1st down marker is. You see Trey Walker get his hand on the mask of Stills. But how about Stills with an understanding of space and where he was on the field and knew where the sticks were?
So that brings up 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line. Landry Jones calling this play at the line of scrimmage as he takes a look at his sideline. Damian Williams in the backfield over the middle, incomplete. Ball intended for Green.
I think he was a little excited on this play. It was so open that Landry Jones, I think, sped up his mechanics to the point where he ended up going so fast, he ended up making the throw behind him. He could have taken a little bit off and just put it on him. He was wide open, but I think when he saw it, he leapt to it just a little bit too quickly.
Brandon Green from Altamont, Kansas. Junior college transfer. Grew up a K-State fan. 2nd down and 6. And goal, rather, at the 9. This time it's Williams running left, and Williams chopped down. Great pursuit by Ty Zimmerman.
Ty Zimmerman's a candidate for all Big 12 honors. He was a high school quarterback. No one wanted him coming out of high school. Played for his dad there. gray-shirted. His father, Randall, was his coach. They won a state title. He converted to defensive back and has started every game in his Kansas State career.
Third down goal. They move it back to the 11. Damian Williams in the backfield. Jones in the shotgun. Looking. Bounces out of the pocket. Throws on the run. Incomplete. Still's the intended receiver. So Kansas State bending but not breaking.
That's what we've seen from Kansas State over the years. You can run a lot of plays. You can eat up a lot of yardage. But trying to score, extremely difficult. Oklahoma had all the momentum going their way, and Kansas State found a way to shut it down and force a field goal attempt.
So that brings in Michael Honeycutt. 1 for 2 this season. He made one from 38 yards, missed from 44, from 28 yards away. And good. So Oklahoma on their opening drive, 15 plays, but Bob Stoops' Sooners have to settle for 3. Norman, Oklahoma, 3-zip. OU scoring 15 plays on the drive, but the Sooners settled for 3.
Happy with the 3, but understanding that when you put 3s on the board instead of 6s, you keep Colin Klein and Kansas State style of offense well into the game.
Patrick O'Hara will send it away. Tyler Lockett looking for an opportunity to return one. As you take a look, 15-play drive covering 80 yards. They ate up 5:35. And Lockett will take a knee once again. 6:16 to play in the first quarter. Here comes Colin Klein. Some have been referring to him as Optimus Klein because of his toughness and integrity, and he'll be on the field. Introducing the UPS Team Performance Index, a new statistical measure that looks at the efficiency of a team's offense, defense, special teams, and miscues to define their competitive advantage. Check out the UPS Team Performance Index throughout the season for a look at the logistics behind a winning team. As Kansas State comes back on the field, first down and 10 at the 25. Colin Klein, K-State on their opening drive, 5 rushes for 39 yards and 1 incomplete pass. And Klein rolling out, delivers on the run, beautifully done. Tyler Lockett with the catch. And Kansas State defense, you talked about it, bend but don't break, and that's a good sign for them, especially when you consider that Oklahoma is deadly this season in the red zone.
They came into this game 10 for 10 in the red zone. All 10 times they had scored touchdowns. First time this season they held them to a field goal, and that's a big advantage for Kansas State.
So first down for Klein at his own 36. Klein with a jump pass. Caught by Harper, but he is wrestled down immediately by Aaron Colvin.
Aaron Colvin played safety last year. They moved him back to the corner. An aggressive play, good read, had his eyes in the right place, meaning he read his keys perfectly, saw the play in front of him, and got inside the block before it could be affected on him and made the tackle.
Second down and 8 at the 38. Klein trying to find a hole, and this time he won't do it. And he'll be tackled for a loss as Corey Nelson and Tony Jefferson combine on the tackle.
And how about Oklahoma reading their keys? Because what they did was they followed the lineman pulling to the play. Watch, Colin Klein gets the blocker. He gets number 79, Keenan Taylor out front. But Oklahoma just followed him down the line right to the football.
Mike Stoops, the defensive coordinator, 8 years as the head coach in Arizona, comes back again to Norman to work with his brother, and he is a fiery coach. Third down and 9 at the 37. And a flag on the play. R.J. Washington trying to get an early start.
offsides. Defense, number 11, 5-yard penalty for third down.
Coach Stoops, when we talked to him yesterday, the thing that he kept bringing up, his team needs to be persistent.
Persistent, and the toughness he kept talking about, he meant mentally. That was a mental error for Oklahoma. 3rd and long now goes to 3rd and more than manageable for Kansas State. Because with this offense, it's not necessarily a throwing down with Colin Klein back there.
3rd down and 4 at the 42. Klein thinks about running it. Now fires. Ball caught. Hubert. 1st down. Kansas State. Hurst with the tackle.
And that drive a defensive coordinator crazy. 3rd and 9. You've earned the right to rush the passer. That's what they tell you on defense. That's why you win 1st and 2nd down. 3rd and long. Now you get a chance to go get it. But when you jump offside and make it 3rd and short, changes everything. The advantage goes back to the offense because the playbook widens out.
1st down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Wilson and Hubert out of the offset eye in the backfield behind Colin Klein. And 2nd man through Hubert. And Hubert cuts it inside and picks up about 5 on the play. Javon Harris grabs him. I thought Coach was very interesting when we talked to him yesterday, Coach Mike Stoops, and he said that Kansas State, what you guys have to understand, they run 3 different offenses at the same time.
Yeah, he's talking about, you'll see Colin Klein under center. All right, and you'll see 1 back, sometimes 2 backs in the backfield. You'll see Colin Klein in the pistol formation, about 4 yards behind the center with a back there with him. And then they'll run veer option out of it. They'll run quarterback power. You name it, they can do it.
2nd down and 5 at the 48. Klein again. He'll follow Hubert. Klein gets outside and is chopped down by Jefferson. He picks up a yard.
And when you talk about that pistol that we got from Chris Ault, the head coach at Nevada, who created this, you'll see him in a shallow shotgun about 4 yards behind the center, often with a back behind him or beside him. It helps with the downhill runs. You get the power runs out of your running back. It also helps with play action. You can fake the power run and throw it. It's a nice package and another option that Oklahoma has to be ready to defend.
Another 3rd down for Kansas State. Cats need 4 at the 47. Klein to the sideline, incomplete. Intended for Tyler Lockett. And that will force the Wildcats to punt it away.
Good defensive possession for Oklahoma. This is where a strength of Kansas State tries to come to the front. We saw Ryan Dorr last year in the Texas game. He was probably the MVP for them that night with his punting and ability to pen them deep. Can he do it again now and help out his defense?
Dorr standing at the 38.5. Justin Brown at the 11. Here's Dorr, wobbly punt. And fair caught at the 18. Oklahoma with a 3-0 lead. Landry Jones on the road in Oxford.
They did. David Ash, their sophomore quarterback, played awfully well, but how about J.W. Walsh stepping in for Wes Lunt at quarterback last week for Oklahoma State? Over 700 yards of offense.
On 1st down, this is Justin Brown, who transferred from Penn State with the catch because of the Jerry Sandusky child sex abuse scandal. Penn State players were allowed to transfer. Justin coming here, and Coach Stoops is so pleased that he got a leader from Happy Valley.
And he's going to still graduate with a Penn State degree. He only needs 9 hours of school left to graduate in 3.5 years. Got to camp a few days late, picked up the playbook like he's been at Oklahoma for 4 years.
Coach said in less than a week. 2nd down and 7 at the 21. Millard and Williams in the backfield. Play clock winding down, and Landry Jones will burn a timeout. Second called timeout for Oklahoma in the 1st quarter. 1:10 to play. OU up 3-0. .10 to play in the 1st quarter. Oklahoma faced with a 2nd down and 7 at the 21. Kansas State trying to slow down the Sooners a bit. Jones, draw play, Williams, And Williams about a yard and a half, 2 yards short of the first down. Javante Boyd with the tackle from behind. OU quickly to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 2. Williams again won't get it. He will not get the first down. So that brings up 4th down. Let's see what Oklahoma elects to do. Looks like they're trying to get back to the line of scrimmage and go for it. No, here comes the punt team.
Yeah, if they had any thoughts about going for it, they discarded those quickly, looking at field position with only a 3-0 lead on Colin Klein. They made the prudent move. And on defense, John Sua, number 92, Vila Tui, and number 99, Javante Boyd stacked up the last play and prevented the first down.
So Tremaine Thompson will return for Kansas State, standing at his own 25. The Wildcats rank 1st in the nation in punt returns with an average of 36.25. And that one out of bounds and spotted at about 28. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter with the score: Oklahoma 3, Kansas State nothing. Fox College Football will be back after these messages. The stadium opened in 1923, and this is the 82nd straight sellout this evening. Colin Klein handing it off. Hubert maybe a yard on the play. Actually, they give him 2. So far in the first quarter, pretty even yardage. Oklahoma with 79 yards of total offense. Kansas State with 62.
You notice Tony Jefferson, number 1, sprained an ankle against Florida A&M. They rested him a bunch in the open week and getting ready for this game. Has twice made really aggressive knifing plays at the line of scrimmage on run plays. Kansas State's coaches will keep an eye on that. Play action to follow.
2nd down and 8 at the 31. Klein. And Klein up to the 35.
It's an interesting running style he has, isn't it?
Very interesting.
Because he has such patience for a big man, and he kind of sifts his way through at times. And once he has open space, then he turns it on with power and more speed than you think.
1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd down and 4 at the 35. Klein, pump fake, goes up top. Incomplete. Chris Harper, the intended receiver. And Kansas State forced to punt it once again. And if there is a knock on Colin Klein, it is his throwing.
And it's the motion, but he's going to need help from his receivers. They've got to win outside. They've got to win one-on-one battles against the really fast, athletic corners of Oklahoma. If they can't get away and give him a little bit of space to put the ball in, it'll be a long night throwing for Kansas State.
Ryan Dorr in the punt for the 3rd time at his own 20. Justin Brown inside his own 20. Backpedals and signals for a fair catch and has it at the 16. A 49-yard punt. Start of the 2nd quarter. Oklahoma leading 3-0. On the field with a 3-0 lead over Kansas State. Will start at the 16-yard line. Landry Jones. Jones 6 of 9, 37 yards. He's got Dominique Whaley in the backfield with him. 4 carries, 27 yards for Whaley. And some movement on the left side.
False start. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
That'll be Grissom, the starting tight end.
Converted defensive end.
As we take a look at some of the offensive leaders for OU. Kenny Stills, 3 catches for 30 yards. Got to get an updated picture of Kenny Stills. He's got the blonde mohawk on.
It's hard, though. It's a moving target. 1 week is blonde, the next week is not. That's tough on the sports information department of OU.
1st down. And Whaley. Arthur Brown with the tackle. He's their senior linebacker. Suffered an ankle injury last week against North Texas. Came back and played after the injury in the first quarter.
Had 13 tackles for the night. They thought he was done for the evening when he first came off the field, and he worked his way through it and was productive the rest of the game.
Second down and 13. This is the third OU drive that has started inside the 20. So Ryan Dorr effective already as the starting punter for Kansas State. Trips at the top of your screen. Twins at the bottom. Andrew Jones over the middle and incomplete. Whoa! Somebody got clobbered. And it looks like Matuire, the freshman Trey Matuire.
And was he hit by his own player, or was he hit by a Kansas State player? Because it was double crossing routes, one shallow, one a little bit deeper. Watch the throw in the middle. There's Matuire crossing.
No,
Arthur Brown got him. Yes. This is what they call chucking a receiver, but actually he was making a play on the ball. And Arthur Brown, this is why they call him the judge. He will dispense his justice with his pads.
The Miami transfer, Arthur Brown. Preseason All-America candidate. One service ranks him the 4th best inside linebacker in the nation. Leads Big 12 with 28 tackles already, 7 of them solo. As Trey Matuire gets looked at.
And Gus, last year, when Chris Kosh was still here as the defensive coordinator, he spent a lot of time with Arthur Brown talking to him about being a more vocal leader. Middle linebacker need to be a little more of a holler guy. It's quiet by nature, but when you make plays like that,
you don't have to say
that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Brown, the Big 12 defensive newcomer of the year and first team all Big 12 selection last year as Bob Stoops comes out to take a look at his freshman. So Matuire walking off on his own. Trying to shake it off.
That's a good sign for a receiving core that really doesn't have much experience after Kenny Stills. Everyone else either freshmen, not much experience, or transfers in, such as Justin Brown from Penn State.
That'll make it 3rd down and 13. There's Brown at the 13-yard line for Jones. Jones under pressure now. Jones lost it, picked up, touchdown K-State. Childs with the fumble recovery. Jarrell Childs, the senior from Kansas City, picks it up, gets into the end zone. Justin Tuggle with the sack. And the Cats take the lead.
The coverage downfield was tight. Now watch Landry Jones' pocket presence. As he retreated right back into Justin Tuggle. Watch, see as he tries to get away from Childs 26. Not aware that Tuggle's behind him. He actually tried to get away from him, gave Brown. The hit was made. Touchdown Kansas State.
Kansas State with 12:20 to play in the second quarter. The Wildcats add the extra point. And on the road, Kansas State taking a 7-3 lead over OU. The Cats physical to start. Coach Bill Snyder, we told you during our open that his teams always play gritty. They play tough with incredible urgency. The defense has made a major adjustment. You take a look, most non-offensive touchdowns since '99. Kansas State tied with Frank Beamer and Virginia Tech.
They know how to attack the football on defense. They create big plays on special teams, leading to those 84 non-offensive touchdowns.
inside the 5. Brennan Clay gets to the 20. And Brennan Clay out of bounds, crossing the 35. Anthony Cantelli with the tackle.
And this is how Kansas State scored. They got a 3rd and long. Coverage, terrific downfield. Justin Brown can't get open. Look at the guys on the other side. Inside, Stills not open, Grissom not open. But watch here. Here are the two principals. Tuggle to the outside, Childs at linebacker. Watch the rush on 3rd and 12. You get Tuggle past him, then Childs forces him back into Tuggle, who strips Landry Jones for a touchdown. That's the first sack that Kansas State's gotten against Oklahoma in their last 4 games played. The 7th sack this year for Oklahoma.
Sooners start at their own 40. Here's the handoff, and it's Williams. So Oklahoma opened up this game. Their opening drive, 15 plays. They went 80 yards, and they settled for a field goal. Since then, they've been 3 and out. Their last drive, 3 plays, and then the fumble and touchdown. Over the middle, Landry Jones to Brown. And Brown stopped by Nigel Malone, but he will gain 15.
Gus, on the previous drives, Kansas State was starting to win the early downs. Remember, the last drive started with a penalty. That set Oklahoma back, led to 3rd and long. This drive, they got good yardage on 1st down.
On 1st down, Damian Williams, Ryan Mueller with the stop.
See, that's what Kansas State has to do. They've got to win 1st down, make it 2nd and long. Win 2nd down, get to 3rd and long. Then they get a chance to unleash their pass rush against Landry Jones. And Oklahoma, they've struggled a little bit protecting their quarterback in the first couple of games.
2nd and 9 of the 44. Jones fakes the draw, sets up over the middle. Sterling Shepard, the freshman from Oklahoma City, finds a soft spot and gains 24.
And look how fast they're going to go. You know how it is, Gus, when Oklahoma gets an explosive play, a 10-yard run or more, a 15-yard pass or more, they get right to the line of scrimmage and get at it.
From the Kansas State 20. Jones, plenty of time, scrambling, and he'll dump it. Good secondary coverage by Kansas State. Damian Williams, the intended receiver. Second down and 10. Landry Jones, 8 of 13, 74 yards. And he stills in the slot up top. Jones near side. Shepard again. And he'll hop out of bounds inside the 10. An 11-yard gain. Jared Milo escorting him out of bounds.
How about the effort as he jumps over the All-American corner, Nigel Malone. And he's a legacy. Sterling Shepard, father, Derek Shepard, All-America player here at Oklahoma.
As you take a look at the numbers for Oklahoma inside the red zone, 1st down and goal at the 9. And a handoff, Williams down at the 1.
You know what we haven't seen yet? The short yardage package that they call CAT, or we know as the Belldozer.
And here comes the Belldozer.
And the last time they were inside the red zone, they didn't use that at all. They went conventional offense. Now we see the Belldozer for the first time this season.
Blake Bell, sophomore from Wichita, Kansas, 6'6", 254. So a timeout called. Oklahoma with the ball on the 1. The Sooners with the ball at the 1. Blake Bell, affectionately known around these parts as the Belldozer, with his 2 big fullbacks Ripkowski and Miller. Not a lot of secrecy in what he's going to do. Oh, he fumbled it! And Kansas State has it. Second fumble of the night for Oklahoma. Ty Zimmerman jumping on the football. And that's the danger, as you talk about all the time, of having multiple players play the quarterback position.
When you bring a guy in off the bench cold, sometimes this can happen. Remember, they have not run the belldozer at all this season in an actual game. Last year, very effective. He had 13 rushing touchdowns. That time, he tried to get his body in motion before he secured the ball. Ty Zimmerman pursuing straight ahead with Meshach Williams, hops on the football.
Kansas State taking over at their own 6, leading 7-3. Hubert breaks it back, and Hubert will pick up 9. Tony Jefferson with the tackle.
When you look at Kansas State, many people will look at that play and say, boy, were they fortunate. Kid drops the football. But Kansas State was there to capitalize. They came with the pursuit, got into the backfield. It's no accident that this team last year was plus 12 in turnover margin, second in the Big 12.
Second down and 1 at the 15. Harper in motion. Hubert looking for the first down, spins, stays on his feet, and has more. On second and 1, he'll pick up 6. Jefferson with the tackle with Ndule.
And that was a play that should have been made by Javon Harris, number 30, the strong safety. And he was hurt on the play. He came up and thought he had a nice target and didn't get all of Hubert. As Hubert took the initial hit and spun away, Harris hurt on the play.
First down for Kansas State. Hubert running left. And Hubert, watch out! At the 40. Hubert out of bounds at the Oklahoma 43-yard line. Tony Jefferson chasing.
If you give Kansas State opportunities, they tend to make you pay. Watch the big guys up front create the hole. Misdirection as they pulled 2 offensive linemen to the right and hit them back on the left side. Excellent block there by Harper, number 3, on the perimeter.
John Hubert gaining 36. Became the 25th career 1,000-yard rusher at Kansas State this season. First down and 10 at the 43. Hubert again. And this time Hubert spinning. Goes down hard. Great open field tackle by Aaron Colvin. And Hubert up slowly.
Hubert's listed at 5'7", 191. The thing that you like about him is that he runs like he's 225. He wants to run big. And most of the time, and we just saw it there, Colvin with a good open field tackle, but Hubert still spun forward and finished the run going in the direction of the opposite end zone.
Second and 7 at the 40. Kansas State 9-6, 36-3 on their last 4 plays. Klein rolling out. And this one caught by Wilson for a 1-yard gain. Now let's go to Aaron Andrews in the studio for an update.
Gus, update from Tallahassee. Remember, Florida State's defense hadn't given up a touchdown heading into this game. Well, they've given up 2 tonight to the Clemson Tigers. Tigers up 14-7. That first quarter winding down in Tallahassee, guys.
Wow. Gus, do you know that Florida State has not won a home game against a ranked team since 2005? Who would have thought it?
Quite some time. Third down and 6 at the 39. Klein in the shotgun. And Oklahoma calls timeout. Sooners out of timeouts with 6:19 to play in the second. Trailing 7-3. Welcome back. Kansas State faced with a third down and 6 at the 39. They're 1 of 4 on third down conversions. Colin Klein underneath, caught, beautiful throw this time. Tremaine Thompson with the reception, a gain of 11 yards and a first down for the Wildcats.
Nice throw, but watch here where he works against Wart, the linebacker. Little hesitation, stop and go, gets inside, and Klein delivers, puts it right on him. I don't care about the motion, Gus. I don't care about the hitch. I care about if it gets there. And Colin Klein got that one there.
Tremaine Thompson last week against North Texas, 5 catches, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's their leading receiver. Now Klein, tackled from behind by Corey Nelson. But Bill Snyder, you just can't say enough about what this gentleman has done as the head coach of Kansas State. 21st season, National Coach of the Year for the 4th time in 2011, leading the Wildcats into the Cotton Bowl for the first time in 10 years. They lost to Arkansas, but they finished the season ranked number 8 in the final BCS poll, with a final record of 10-3, and you have to consider that last year they went into the season unranked.
And don't forget when he was finishing his first tenure with Kansas State, losing records his last 2 years. Many thought it was over, that maybe the game was done with Will Snyder. He got a hiatus, came back, and worked the old Snyder magic again. Now, Tony Jefferson just went off the field for Oklahoma, one of their better defenders. Let's see if they want to take advantage of Paulson, number 42, his replacement.
2nd and 10 at the 28. Klein sprints out, turns it up. And Klein gobbled up by big David King, the senior from Houston. 4-yard gain. That will make it 2nd, make it 3rd rather, and 6 at the 24.
You got David King back at his normal defensive end position. Jefferson comes back on the field. Kansas State might want to see if there's a little hitch in his giddy up though. They might want to test him now if they've got an opportunity.
From the 24, 3rd down and 6. And now Colin Klein didn't like what he saw at the line of scrimmage, and he calls a timeout. Kansas State, 1 timeout remaining. And that stat proves it right there.
2 out of 3 games they played this year, they've started slowly. Against Miami, though, they scored 4 of their first 5 possessions. They're like Novocaine, Gus. It may take a while, but for them, it usually always works.
3rd and 6 at the 24. 9th play of the drive. That started at the 6-yard line. Colin Klein. Over the middle, caught, 1st down, Tyler Lockett at the 12. Colvin brings him down, but that offensive line for Kansas State, they gave Colin Klein an eternity to throw the football.
That they did. Watch how they protect him, and watch Klein's patience. Because of that protection, 2 clutches before he's able to throw it across the middle, and like he's throwing a dart, hits Tyler Lockett for the 1st down.
That was 6 Mississippi, Charles.
In the backyard, that's 1 more than you're supposed to get.
1st down and 10 at the 12. Hubert gains to Tom Wart. Jamarcus McFarland in on the play.
Now this turns into Oklahoma's challenge on defense. Remember early in the game, Oklahoma inside the 20. They've been there twice now on the goal line. Only a field goal to show for it. Can Oklahoma's defense answer that same challenge and limit Kansas State to nothing more than a field goal attempt?
And look at the clock still running. Kansas State eating up over 6 minutes. 2nd down and 8 from the Oklahoma 10. Klein straight ahead, and Colin Klein goes down at the 6. Remember, Kansas State was 4th nationally and led the Big 12 in time of possession last season at nearly 34 minutes a game. Not much has changed. Mike Stoops The defensive coordinator trying to figure out this complicated Kansas State offense. Teacher versus pupil. 3rd down and 4. At the 6. Klein. In the end zone. Klein! Incomplete. Intended for Lockett, but Colvin with a sensational play as he made up ground with the ball in the air.
And that tells me that Colvin stayed on his keys, meaning he didn't get fooled by the run action. He stayed with his man, and you see that peek in the backfield, but that's only because he had the coverage. He wanted to see if the ball was coming his way. The run action is supposed to take their eyes away from their men and allow that receiver to get open. That didn't happen because of Colvin's discipline.
So Anthony Cantelli last year against Oklahoma had a 54-yarder into a tipped one from 23 yards away.
Did we have a whistle before that play was completed?
That's what I heard, Charles. But it looks like the field goal will stand. 23-yarder for Cantelli. And Kansas State on the road taking a 10-3 lead over OU. So we take a
K-State 10, Oklahoma 3.
Kansas State picked by the media to finish 6th in the Big 12. Oklahoma, West Virginia, Texas, Oklahoma State, TCU. All picked in front of Coach Snyder's team.
Almost wonder if we'll ever actually get the memo about Kansas State. They're always picked low. They finish higher. I think they prefer it that way.
Oklahoma will start from the 25. Time now for the Aflac trivia question. Which bowl game did Oklahoma go to after losing the 2003 Big 12 championship game versus Kansas State?
Ooh. Okay, I'll say nothing.
Oh, you know.
I know this one, but, you know.
You always know, John.
No, don't always. I love some of the ones that tell us different things. The one we had with Gary Beeben I loved with UCLA when he won the Heisman. His stats from winning the Heisman.
That's right, a couple of weeks ago.
Nowadays, guys are scoring 30 touchdowns and throwing 25, and Gary Beeben was like 12 and 9. It was a different style of football in 1967.
1st down and 10 at the 25. OU with fumbles on their last 2 possessions. Landry Jones to Kenny Stills, and he's slung down by Adam Davis.
They pursue well, don't they? I'm talking about Kansas State. Adam Davis is a down defensive lineman. That means he started to rush the passer, saw the play, and retreated into the secondary and made the tackle.
2nd and 7 at the 28. Oklahoma out of timeouts. Jones. Incomplete, Stills the intended receiver, and that's the thing that the coaches talked to us about yesterday. Landry Jones is looking for his Ryan Broyles as we answer this trivia question for you. Which bowl game did Oklahoma go to after losing the 2003 Big 12 championship game versus Kansas State? And the answer.
And it was the Sugar Bowl, and it was the BCS title game. That's back when the bowl still was a BCS title game, not a standalone bowl. That was after Kansas State beat them in the Big 12 championship game 35-7, and Oklahoma still qualified for the national title game.
3rd down and 7 at the 28-yard line. Big play here for OU. 1:50 to go. They're 1 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. Jones fires, caught, 1st down Oklahoma. Kenny Stills. Now we get back to the point. Landry Jones is looking for his go-to receiver. Ryan Broyles is in the NFL now.
And people were asking about that, saying, well, can't you just have multiple go-tos? And we'll finish after this play.
Jones again, this time dumps it off to Brennan Clay. And Brennan Clay gets inside the 40. Alan Chapman with the tackle, a 14-yard gain.
And I thought that Landry Jones' reply to that was telling. He said, no, I want a go-to guy. I want a guy that I know in tough situations I'll rely upon, that I can look for when I really need a big completion. And Kenny Stills is that guy.
Jones finding Sterling Shepard. This freshman has had a big first half, as Shepard gains 22, so just like that in 3 plays, Oklahoma gains 19, 14, and now 22. With a $1:20 to go in the first half. No timeout. Jones. Incomplete. McGuire turned around. Couldn't get a foot in bounds.
And I don't know if that was inexperience on McGuire, or did Nigel Malone do a nice job riding him over the sideline and forcing him out of bounds. Sometimes when you're a young receiver, you lose your sense of space on the field because you have to give your quarterback room to actually let you fade towards the sideline. He was already on the sideline. There was no room to put the ball there.
Oklahoma in the red zone for the 3rd time here in the first half, 2nd and 10 of the 18. Jones drops it off. Miller. And he's knocked out of bounds by Jared Milo, the safety.
And here we come with another 3rd down. And here's Kansas State, shadow of their own end zone. And I get the sense that on the field, they're very comfortable with this. This is how they live. They don't get nervous about this type of situation at all.
3rd down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Jones looking underneath. Almost picked off. Wow. Ty Zimmerman. He'll have nightmares about that one.
But they did their job again. He'll want this interception, but they forced another field goal attempt. Look at Zimmerman playing center field, breaking on the ball in front of Stills. Didn't I just say they're comfortable with this? They're used to being there. They don't have that nervousness about situations deep in their own territory. And they may come up with another winning play. It could have been better, but they'll take that to start.
Michael Honeycutt, whose career long is 53 yards, did it against Kansas State last year. Good from 28 early. This from 34. And it's good. 35 seconds remaining in the first half. And we've got a battle brewing here in Norman, folks. Not the kind of game we expected or that we've seen over the last couple of years.
I think that when you go back to last year's game, Bob Stoops and his staff felt very comfortable going into the half. They kicked a 54-yard field goal to make it 23-17, Honeycutt did, and they felt like their game plan was solid. I think going into the half this time, they're trying to figure out how do we solve Kansas State on 3rd down. Talk about their Oklahoma's offense, because right now Kansas State's 3rd down defense is really what has them in the game and in the lead.
And since 1990, here's an interesting stat for you. Kansas State is 152-5. That's 97% when leading at the half, including 6-0 last season.
And how are they in close games? Weren't they 8-1 last year in games settled by 7 points or less? I called them zombies in the Cotton Bowl last year, but you can't kill them. That's how they play. They don't care how it looks aesthetically. Bottom line is, how do they get it done? And they don't panic under pressure. Oklahoma last year cracked them after the half. That doesn't happen very often. We'll see what happens in the second half this year.
Ended up beating them 48-17. OU has won 5 straight by an average of 22 points. And they've also won 8 of the last 9. So this football at the 5-yard line being returned, and it's Thompson up the sideline and out of bounds with 30 seconds left. And Kansas State with 1 timeout remaining.
Well, normally in this type of situation, you think screen, you think draw, and if they get big yardage, maybe you try and get something after that, or you just go into the locker room. See how Bill Snyder wants to play this one.
I think the 82,000 plus that are in attendance are shocked at what they're seeing right now. Bob Stoops challenging the fans to be more vocal. Right now, they probably have some challenges for Coach Stoops and his team. 1st down and 10 at the 37. Klein pulls it down. And Colin Klein will gain a yard and a half. And Dule with the tackle.
Kent State appears to want to go fast and try and get another play off. If I'm them, I just take it to the locker room at 10-6 myself. I don't want anything bad happening here and Oklahoma getting any momentum.
Klein will throw it. Now he decides to scramble out of the pocket, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. Colin Klein out of bounds. A 17-yard gain. And that is the end of the first half here in Norman, and it's a surprising first half. Kansas State on top of OU, 10-6. Now we'll send you to the Pizza Hut halftime show. Here's Aaron Andrews.